TORP here. It's Sunday. You know what that means, don't you? I got a follow-up from my Friday night rant. Of course, I made a video after that. It was alright. So, something that I do that nobody else does, not that I've noticed. I'm going to go ahead and rant a little bit about my trolls. It's one of my funner things in life to do. You know why? Because nobody expects you to do it. Nobody expects you to rant about your trolls. So that's a good reason to do it. First off, I see trolls on every channel. So I'm not special. I wish I was special. My trolls might be better. But they're not bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna give them 3 stars like a DoorDash rating for no reason whatsoever. So, what we have here is a failure to communicate. On my last video, or the one before that, talking about ratings, so they said that, unfortunately, this man, talking about me, they actually called me a man. That was weird. I didn't know you were allowed to do that anymore. Anyway, they said something to the effect of, I haven't looked into the philosophy of the rating system. The philosophy, mind you. Not the policy. The philosophy. Do you know what a philosophy is? To my number one troll? Simple. A philosophy is an idea. It's like science. It's still being experimented with. Okay? You see, after the pandemic and DoorDash, we didn't have the rating system that we have now. This is something new. I believe, just my opinion, that we're still in the beta version of this philosophy of the rating system. See, a philosophy is nothing more than somebody drinking a shit ton of cheap beer and smoking crack. So, even knowing I don't drink Bud Light, and apparently they do, because I saw a woman's fingernails all over that keyboard typing away. I'm guessing Lisa! So, one of my biggest haters, it's possible. I'm not saying I'm just saying it's possible. Anybody that's a fan of the lounge is going to probably ride my ass whenever they get a chance to. But I notice they don't do it with their own channels. They do it with what we used to call sock accounts, which are now called troll accounts. So here we are. A philosophy on ratings, to me, means the same thing as not knowing what the fuck they're for. A philosophy is a psychology term. It's a medical term. So, the philosophy. Jesus Christ, what are we, Albert fucking not Einsteins? I mean, I'm not trying to figure out the philosophy of a bunch of guys sitting in a boardroom making $1 million between 3 of them a year. I'm not going to do it. All I was asking for was a reason for the rating. That's all I ever said. I didn't elaborate on that. I may have went on for 25 minutes, blowing smoke up your all skirts, but I never elaborated on that. I just want a reason. But no, the trolls have decided we're going to bust your balls. All right, well, first of all, according to you guys, I'm a woman, so there's no balls to bust. And if I did show them to you, I'd get a flag. I'm not really that fond of my trolls to allow them to give me a flag and get a video. So we're not going to do that. But I tell you what I am going to do. Instead of typing all fucking night and getting arthritis in my good hand, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear up this troll. And they know who they are. And if you guys don't know who they are, you can look at my last 2 videos. You'll find them. It's pretty simple. I only have like 2 comments. So, when somebody tells you that you haven't done your research on the philosophy of the rating system, and nonetheless, that even Rotten Tomatoes does it, I had to point out the fact that Rotten Tomatoes also has comments. You can read comments about the movie. Can you not? When you go on eBay, what do you see? Comments on the item. Or sometimes you just see an A- or an F. Negative, positive. That's what you see for the seller. You can't do anything to the buyer because, like our customers, they're perfect. They could do no wrong. So, can't rate the customer. I know I've seen a lot of videos about this. You can rate the customer. I'd like to know where that tab is, because I haven't seen it in 2 years. And no, Flex, I'm not talking about, it's not that hard to find the pickup time guy. He's like a fucking sprinkler on the lawn with a lot of dog shit in it. Every fucking saliva drive just flies out of his mouth, hits the grass and shit. It's not that hard to find. First of all, Flex, it shouldn't be hard to find. It should be on the main page. Shouldn't it? But since it's not on the main page, and you got to double click here, click there, and it still does not say pick up by, it says ready by. Mother, your prosthetic brain is showing, Flex. I hate it when you do that. You're smarter than this. Don't let Roy rub off on you. Just because he's riding shotgun in the Subaru does not mean you need to suck his dick. Stop it. It's unbecoming a Dasher officer, okay, Flex? Stop it. Just knock it off. I want to say it pisses me off, but it does. I expect these things from Flex, because if he doesn't have something to say to me, inadvertently or otherwise, then what does his channel become? It becomes another lounge, where the best thing that's going to happen to him is that Roy shows up, and they got some drama. When I show up on the lounge, Flex gets another 100 subs. I'll be honest with you. I can't blame those 100 subs. There's a possibility I will show up on the lounge. I went up there today, and I found out that I still have a wrench. Yeah, you remember that conversation with Roy? Do you remember that? Do you remember it? Come on. If you don't, I'll tell you. No, I won't. You gotta have to go look back at the 100 videos. That's how powerful I am. 100 videos were made about me and the wrench going under Roy's live. And all I could say was, see how easy that was? Staples. Remember that commercial? See how easy that was? So, yeah, you know what? You can always tell when a channel that you're arguing with has probably multiple troll accounts, because they haunt you while the channel that you're arguing with acts like they're moving on. Because I just saw Roy do a thing about Flex calls out Bud Soda. I'm like, are you serious right now? Bud Soda is Southern Gig Bobby 3.0. He's riding right under Roy's wing. He's another guy that would probably tell you ratings. Who gives a shit? I kind of wonder if that's my trope. I don't know. I don't hate Bud Soda at all. I don't actually hate anybody. There's a lot of people on here that did a fucking ass cleaning, though. Seriously. I mean, it's bad. We can tell you haven't wiped. Guys, Roy, when you wipe your ass finally for the first time, you need to hand them to my trolls and let them wipe their asses, because everybody stinks. It's not going to work. Oh my God, you haven't been paying attention in class. I mean, somebody needs to give this teacher a fucking apple. I'm not lying. How many times do I got to educate trolls that when you troll, you go to a new channel that you can scare and make believe whatever you say is true? And you guys know that I'm not going to do that. So why are you bothering? I shouldn't say that because I want you here. You had comments. You had the algorithm picks up on your negativity, but it sees it as activity. As we've all known about this in the past, doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Activity is activity. That's the only thing that YouTube sees. So I'm actually kind of surprised that YouTube allows that. But since they do, I'm kind of surprised that the trolls don't give a fuck. They definitely know it because they know more about how this shit works than we do. That's why they're trolls. They think they have a thumb up the ass of Google and all the users on here that say shit that they don't like, and they come up and try to scare them. But what I don't understand is why. Are you trying to get a rise out of us? I've been getting a rise my whole life. There's always something to get me a rise. Your comment is actually somewhat fallible in the fact that you didn't get a rise out of me. What you did was inspire me to make a video. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. You don't like that I don't do 4 or 5 videos a day like Flex does. You don't like that. Or the equivalent of, because he does about 15 to 20 hours a day of lives. 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Which, by the way, isn't that weird to you guys? Didn't he say he had a job, a regular W-2 job on top of dashing or whatever it is he does? Nobody else caught that, huh? Kind of like when Dashing Trader says, I got deactivated off the platform by 3 different accounts, but yet he still dashes. Does anybody find that odd but me? Okay, never mind. If you don't, you don't. Just saying. I did hear from a couple of my homies, which was awesome in the last 2 videos. I haven't heard from them in a while. I'm not sure if I pissed them off or if maybe this was a bit too sketchy of a topic. That's fine. I get it. I understand it. I don't expect anybody to comment on my videos or like them. I don't expect anything like that. I'm not going for revenue sharing. I'm not going for viral. What I'm going for is a group of people that actually get it. Not the ones that want to make it what they think it is, but actually get what's going on. And what's going on is a crying shame. And they know that, and those are the ones that I see kind of pop up here and there. Unfortunately for me, I've scared away the lounge. I did. Except for Necro. Necro has actually been commenting, which is interesting because, see, Necro was never shotgun. He was never riding bitch with Flex. I think he's like me. He's an individual. Necro actually has the ability to survive on his own. He doesn't need anybody's assistance. And I give a shout out to him for that. And I mean that. That's not empty praise. Empty praise would be saying that since Roy is riding shotgun with Flex in the lounge, that he is now the man. That would be empty praise. What I'm talking about is what Necro does, which is what Necro's going to do, regardless of who likes it or who doesn't. That kind of reminds me. Bobby, Southern Gig, he used to tell me all the time on those lines, like, man, you got the wrong idea about me, Torp. You got the wrong idea, bro. I don't care about the money. I give a fuck about the money. I don't care about the money on revenue sharing. I just did it. Fuck out of here, man. Do you realize that's the same thing as saying that a customer that doesn't tip didn't realize that they didn't tip? Even knowing that we all know they have to go to other and then click on 0 and type it in. Or type it in. I've never done it because I wouldn't do that kind of shit to actual human beings. But you'd have to actually go an extra step or 2 to type in 0 tip. Same thing with Southern Gig. Dude, if you don't give a fuck about revenue sharing, why in the fuck do you have it? And why in the fuck did you ask about it? And why in the fuck do you still use it? If you didn't give a fuck about it, you go, well, it's none of your business, man. I make a little extra money, so fucking what? That's not what you said to me. You said you don't care about it. You said I can give a shit. It's in the live, bro. Oh, don't do that to me. You know, you could do one thing. You could say anything that you want that I said, and you can make it wrong. But don't ever repeat something that you said and make it right when you said it wrong. If you didn't follow that, go back to class, dude, because you were sitting in the last row smoking a bong, because I heard what you said about revenue sharing. That's why Southern Gig kind of got kicked to the curb with me. It's like, I know what you got to do to get revenue sharing. You had to work at it. And ever since you got it, you slowed down. You've been taking little breaks. You pump the brakes really good and hard. Because you got it. Once you got it, you don't lose it unless you do violations. And you ain't doing no violations because your content sucks. It just flat out fucking sucks. Your views are worse than Roy's. And that says something. Because Roy is catching up with Flex. What did I say about Shotgun? See, what did I say about Southern Gig doing bitch? Y'all think I just say this shit to be funny. But I'm trying to tell you what's going on. And some of you that experience it, see it. And some of you that are actually who I'm talking about are like, oh, hell no, I wish that goddamn motherfucker. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. He's letting everything out of the bag. I'll tell you why. You guys gave me no choice when you ragged my ass on the lounge. You gave me zero choice. What'd you think I was going to do? Lay down and take it? Oh, maybe you did because I was new here. But isn't that funny? Because I remember the DoorDash Revolution saying, welcome back to this community, Torp. Welcome back. He called me OG. I'm like, did anybody else catch that? Dude, I got my cherry pop back in 2005 on YouTube. There ain't a damn thing anybody on this website's going to do to shock me, freak me, or make me lose control. What you see is what you get. And that's why I don't do revenue sharing. Not that I ever could again. I'm not mad at people for having it, but don't lie about why you have it or what you're doing with it. If you got revenue sharing, be proud of it. It's money. It's when you motherfuckers lie about it and say you don't care about it. I'm like, well, then you might as well be a customer that don't tip, in my opinion. Because the customer's got to go out of their way not to tip. And the motherfucker's got to go out of his way to get revenue sharing, to get those 1,000 subs and those views, and to hold it, and to set up an ad revenue sense account, put a social security number into Google, which good luck with that down the road. You got to do all that, but you don't give a fuck about ad revenue? Oh, it doesn't pay enough? They don't pay you what you're worth? Is that your problem? If it paid more money, you would say in a live or in a video that this is the bomb.com. Well, maybe you're not getting paid enough because your content sucks. Maybe that's why you're not getting paid enough. Maybe if you got, 1,500 views a video like some of these others do on the DoorDash community, maybe you wouldn't be bitching about it. So, see, there we go again. You're bitching about it. Here's one thing I've noticed. I love it. Saying it like it is ain't never bitched about ad revenue sharing, has he? He's said everything there is to say about DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all the rest of them, but he ain't never bitched about ad revenue sharing. You know why? 90% of the time, I like the guy. He's making money by bitching. You gotta love that. The difference between him and me is, I think there's only one left. I'm unfiltered. And I can tell where he's filtered. I'd like for him to make a second channel and just rip it up. Rip it up. Saying it like it is would be kick-ass with no ads. No cares. Just like me. Just say it, bro. Just fucking disseminate your opponents, disseminate the institution, disseminate all the ignorant gods that you think rule your life. Trolls, whatnot. Who gives a fuck? I think that's what I like to see out of saying it like it is. But I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon. Not unless he's one of my trolls. And if that's his best, then we're never going to see it. I'm not saying it is. Do you know, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just, since I don't know who my trolls are, and I never will, I'm just going to put it on the table. Right. So what I got left is, I got two right feet and I'm walking in a different circle. That's why I got to fix my trolls, because they all got two left feet and they're walking in the other way. They just keep going in circles too. So I just called out my trolls for not exactly living up to the trollism that they probably are capable of. But with that said, I can't blame them. I pissed somebody off. They made a troll account. They came over and they said some things that were supposed to piss me off or did piss me off or made somebody else laugh. Fuck, I have no clue how a troll thinks. I do my shit right here. I don't have fucking time to type all day. If I did, you'd all be in trouble. I just don't have time for it. I'm not going to type all day. Besides, I can't type with this shit. I don't give a fuck. I'd better drink a beer and watch car videos and fucking type to you yahoos. Not all of you are yahoos, for the record. You know what I'm talking about. So there you go. I'm going to say it like it is and keep it real and say TORP out.